So lately, and by lately I mean like the last few days, the very like normally, like every now and then it flares up. But I've been hearing like I don't know how to explain it. It's like electrical currents, there's a buzzing, I feel like there's some sort of bullshit going. And this is probably why you had problems logging in and like having internet problems and that sort of thing. There's some sort of bullshit EMF or some sort of um something going on. Is that right, or am I just crazy?
No,
Yes,
it's a
you're
little of
crazy.
both, dear one. Um, no, but it is. This is the dynamic of energy that we have been talking about for quite some time. This is that upgrade of energy within the universe. No, this is what some people are calling mysterious energies from outer space. And these are the energies. This is the energy that's coming from the galactic center, and it is the dynamic of moving through the energy of the galactic, because your whole galaxy is doing that. Your whole galaxy has recently entered and is going through the edge of an energy source that is intended to upgrade you, intended to raise your resonance, is part of the dynamic of the increase and the expansion of consciousness. It's the dynamic that's going to happen to the entire universe. That's basically, it's ultimately cause and effect. And so those of you that are more and more sensitive and attuned in a certain way are beginning, a number of people are starting to suffer from tinnitus now. You know what that is? That's a kind of buzzing or ringing in your ears. And a lot of people are beginning to complain of that energetic dynamic. We believe that the Schumann resonance has a lot to do with that. And if you will look, you would see that there has been a major increase in the Schumann resonance over the past couple of years, but now it's becoming even more pronounced. So it's not something that is completely an accurate measurement, an accurate measurement, but it is something that is an indicator of the dynamics of the movement of energy. So we would say to you that it's not just you, it's not just shit inside your head or that you're crazy or anything like that, but we would say to you that you are sensitive. Well, and you're somewhat psychic, and you do what you do. And so because of that, you will have and so, those are the things to really pay attention to.
In the past, when sometimes I'm guided to, try and bring my energetic level to match the sound, the energy that I'm feeling. In this case, it didn't. There was no. I asked, I'm like, should I try matching the energy? No, it was like it was supposed to be apparent, but not. I don't. I wasn't supposed to join with it
Yeah, well, these
in
are
this
these are
instant.
you didn't really have a choice. You were joined with it. But it's a subtle energy. In other words, what it's doing, it's raising your resonance, raising your vibration, but in a somewhat imperceptible way because, this may be, it, it is difficult to be able to look at this dynamic from our perspective and measure it in any way that would be meaningful to you. All right, this was a very roundabout way of saying that we don't have the language to answer this dynamic, because you're talking about levels of energy that go from the most subtle to the basic physical manifestation. You're going from everything from one end of the spectrum to another. And because of the dynamic of the upgrade, the vibrational increase, the vibrational resonance that is happening, that's everything. That's the whole universe. That's the whole, your whole galaxy. That's the whole planet. That's everyone and everything on it. So and but you're moving out of that dynamic of competition, and if you really want to look at it, you're stepping outside of that dynamic of the belief that there's not enough, that you're not enough. In other words, you're beginning to look at other people through a new light, through a new level of understanding, let us say through a new level of compassion. All right. Did we answer your question? And it's a very interesting. You forget you forget there's all these other things going on because you're so wrapped up in the things of your little world. But you see, there's the thing. How many of you are celebrating? Because that's ultimately the dynamic. Celebrate it. Enjoy the change. Realize that. What's that ancient Chinese curse? May you live in interesting times. Well, you certainly are. You certainly are. So, and you all chose to be here now so you could participate in this dynamic.